Welcome to another episode of Radio Sentai Castranger, quote-unquote, live from AFKcon 2016 here at the Holiday Inn in Guelph, Ontario.
It's great to be back.
We're here for our second year in a row, and we watched an equally distressing show.
That is
Well,
debatable.
that rhymed.
And I'm here for once, yeah.
That's debatable.
A lot of people are here for once.
Yes, we've got probably the most full panel of Castrangers had so far.
And a female.
Hi!
Besides Lane.
Lane. Yes, for the first time ever, there's a female in Castrangers.
Not the first time ever, but the first time live.
First time live. Yes.
That said, despite all of us being here, I feel like there's something missing. Kevin!
Kevin!
Kevin! God! We forgot Kevin.
Wait,
we did it again.
I forgot him at home.
Hey, he's too busy playing Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Actually, the truth.
Actually
Yeah.
legit.
Now that is a fact.
Yeah.
Before we get into the podcast proper, I'm just going to give a couple shout-outs to a few
Well,
other...
we should all just introduce ourselves one by one, as our tradition is. In Sentai,
You
of
hate
course.
other people, don't you, H?
A little bit.
Okay, makes sense.
In order, go!
Would have made more sense if we were actually in order, but Red Caster, Joe Raven.
Blue Caster, Ishida Zazil.
Pinkcaster, Lightshade, hello.
Green Caster, Zenshin.
Yellow caster, Autogar.
Cyan Caster, Arcadia.
Northcaster Saga.
And
That's
we're
the
the
team.
Castrangers
Castranger.
on air.
Yes,
We have a
yes.
full roll call on the podcast.
We're too lazy for the roll
You're
call.
too
Fuck.
lazy. I'm the one who's sick and hasn't slept, and I want to do it.
Cue the roll call!
Okay, so
We just did it!
for those
Most half-assed roll call in history.
Yay!
For those who don't know who we are a weekly podcast talking about the ongoing Kamen Rider and Super Sentai shows, which, if you don't know what they are, they're basically the Japanese Power Rangers. And we talk about those shows and other shows like it.
As I like to say, we talk Toku.
We talk about shows in which grown-ass adults dress up in unitards and wear helmets and go off and pretend they're fighting crime.
And boom, and kaboosh, and
That too.
It's the weirdest porno you'll ever watch, but like, it's for real,
you
man.
can find every episode on
And
Pornhub.
just like porn, you'll feel pretty bad after watching it.
Totally, for different reasons.
Oh.
Should I go into this one?
Yeah, so...
Well, because we like to give shout outs to other people who are they try to go to these cons and get their names known as well. So we decided we'll help them out a little. We got two again. First we got Fantascapes. They make escape rooms in Guelph. Cool idea. I think that's really neat. You can check them out at www.fantascapes.com. And also we got here at AFKcon Hamilton ball pythons. They're really cool. They do adoption for reptiles and spiders and such.
They were here last year as well. We
And,
have some video with them.
They're really cool.
They've only got the cutest snakes, man. I always go there and I'm just like, I really, really want one of your snakes.
Several tried to kill me, no.
Because they failed. He's still here.
We left him in a pit with them.
I left them a
this is
$10
why Lane's
bill to
here.
do it, too.
This is why Lane's here this time.
So Fantascapes and Hamilton ball python. Check them out.
Sick. Great.
Anyway, on to the episode proper.
Yes.
What did we watch?
So,
The weirdest shit ever.
because our convention specials tend to focus on the American tokusatsu shows, I thought an interesting piece to revisit from our childhoods would be one of the more obscure series, I'd say.
Turn off your phone.
God damn it, EJ!
Every time.
I thought I did.
fucking
I just pushed the
time.
wrong button. So,
Put it away
This
before
is
I
why I
take
just
it
keep
away.
my phone on silent 24/7.
yeah.
We
so,
watched Superhuman Samurai Syber-Squad. Say that 10 times fast. Don't any of you dare.
Damn it.
Super
I'll kill you!
Superhero
I'll break
Better,
your arm.
better challenge. Sing it 10 times.
Superhuman
Alright, shut up.
Oh, every.
In a nice
Now
little,
I'm making one of your attacks in the video game pen throw.
in a nice little contrast to last time, all of these dork sticks didn't like the show, and I still
Hey.
think it's pretty great.
Okay, I was up for
I
it.
thought it was okay.
No,
I
yeah,
love-
I was
interesting.
hyped going into
terrible.
it.
Pretty
Yeah,
good. I liked it.
Yeah, I was
It's
hyped
funny.
for it when I was a kid.
I liked it.
I can't say it was any worse than anything else.
No, you still-
Like,
Before we get into it, we should mention what it's based on.
okay, what's it based on?
It's basically Super Rider Productions. They had a separate show out of their Ultra series called Den something Gridman.
Den Cold
I love something.
Yes.
Wait,
Raven's got the gummy bag!
Wait, Paul, what is it?
Denko Chojin Gridman.
Okay.
Or just Gridman.
Digital
Sure.
Ultraman.
It's literally
Yeah.
Ultraman if you were Digimon.
And
Pretty much.
they were going to have a sequel series based on it, but the show wasn't really that popular
You
in Japan.
don't say!
Yes.
And that's why we had the OVA in 2014.
Holy shit. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about hitting when the iron's hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, they as it was popular at the time, hey, let's take something Japanese and we'll Americanize it. This
God,
isn't
did they?
this isn't a Saban effort though. This is
Dick Entertainment.
Deek.
Deek.
Come on.
Stop saying dick.
It's Dick. Come on.
We will never. Are you asking?
Yeah.
No K
Are
in
you
it,
asking
Gar.
someone on this podcast to stop saying "dick"?
Okay, Gar.
Do you
let's
realize
remember,
the gravity of that request?
Can we please remember that that Dick dubbed Sailor Moon? So let's not say that.
Dick
Is that
Dutsu.
supposed to dissuade
Although
us?
it makes all of the sense now.
I know, but we don't want to do. Come
Sailor
on,
Moon
fond
says.
memories, guys. Sailor Moon says, produced by Dick.
Fucking dicks.
I also just want to point out something. If anyone noticed, my voice is odd because I've been sick the last couple of days.
I think people just think your voice is odd in general.
Oh, yeah, but odd for different reasons.
Oh, I guess. So yeah, not made by Saban, made by Deke, and well, ironically, this one probably had out of all the Americanized tokusatsus the most star power. It had the kid. What's his name? Matt Latner.
Matthew Lawrence.
Oh.
Matthew Lawrence.
No, it's the whiny son from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah,
But he's also from the show Brotherly Love that starred the
And
other two Lawrence
Meets
brothers.
and Boy Meets
And
World.
Boy Meets World.
And
Oh my God, that's where I know that guy from.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the other big name in this, the main villain, is voiced by Tim Curry.
KiloCon!
Although I have to say, he wasn't Tim Currying it up.
Which is a
Like-
shame because I feel like this is the show to do that.
Yeah, but I feel like he actually gave it. But that's the thing about Tim Curry. He tried to be professional.
I'm
he tried
sorry,
to,
Sal. There was a point in which this actually was said by Tim Curry. So what do you want? I'm just
Meat,
like, no,
bacon.
I saw Frankenfurter behind that.
Oh, no,
man.
there is. It is definitely there. I'm just saying, I was half expecting him to just be like rolling his tongue around in the back of his skull at all times.
I'm just sweet dot transvestite / transsexual dot Transylvania
Oh dear God.
Dot HTML.
dot exe.
So-
Execute that file.
So what's the premise of this show?
So
Boy wants to
Matthew
bang
Lawrence
girl.
wants to get laid.
Matt-
Correct.
More or
Okay,
less.
it's
so-
literally about two guys fighting over a girl, and they're both creepy in their own right.
One of
because-
them teams up with a fucking super virus from the internet, and the other becomes the superhero.
on the internet.
Yeah, but the main hero also, his three best friends and him, they have a rock band.
There was something about
Because
a government.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was also
Actually-
something about a government-developed program in there.
that they somehow got access to.
So basically,
That is the
in
story
his
of
jealous,
Batman.
evil,
Yeah.
me,
Oh,
me,
the
me,
rock
me,
band?
I
Yeah.
like
Oh.
the girl rage. He meets up with KiloCon and he starts saying, "Oh, I've got viruses, and I can bring viruses to life." Don't
I
do
am
it.
from the digital
And that
world.
will, and
No,
that
no,
will
I-
somehow get me the girl.
No, I
This
think
is
the
all to block a phone call. One little phone call.
I think the way it worked is Malcolm was always drawing, so he had all these drawings of monsters, and KiloCon had viruses that he would put into these goddamn MS Paint drawings and turn them into digital monsters.
Oh my God.
Send them into the phone computers.
And they certainly weren't the champions.
Was this?
No, they were ultimate.
Wait.
nailed it.
This was before Beetleborgs, right?
No, this was around the same time.
No,
No,
Beetleborgs.
94.
Yeah. So yeah, Beetleborgs
Was it-
officially unoriginal in
But was
terms of
But was it
villains.
before
getting-
Digimon?
How
Definitely.
I think so.
Beetleborgs an original?
I know. No. Think about it though. The
A
Beetleborgs. That's
show.
how the monsters got made, was through drawings
Yes,
and
I
Beetleborgs.
Oh.
So
Personally, I think Beetleborgs did that better.
No.
How is
No,
it,
they
no,
both did it shite.
At
guys?
least,
How is it
here's
I
the-
remember like this weird stuff, but I don't remember like the Beetleborgs thing?
here's
Don't
the-
worry
here's
about
the
it.
thing.
You don't need
At
to.
least
Why would
when
you want-
Beetleborgs brought drawings to life, they weren't shitty MS Paint drawings. They were actual comic book art.
They could have used Pixel Kids.
Mario Paint.
Oh, God.
That's what it looked like.
Microsoft Paint.
Just evil, very
that's what it
oddly
was.
colored Yoshi.
Yes.
Can
that-
I just Can I just say that the villain kid, Malcolm, that's his name?
Malcolm Frank.
He was the
He'll
best
make you laugh.
thing.
He'll make you think.
He was the best thing about this show. Just because this kid, like, there was no subtlety in his performance at all. He just went for the jugular on everything.
He's trying to out Tim Curry.
And he's doing a decent job of it.
Now Sam will never talk to Jennifer.
His entire plan in the first episode is he heard that the main kid, what's his name?
Sam.
Is going to call the girl. So this is the reason he becomes a supervillain, so he can try to disconnect their phone call. That's the
actually what
plot.
happens.
That's the plot.
That's how it starts.
That's what
By the way-
that's what summons the curry.
By the way,
curry.
we should mention that the method through which Sam gets Jennifer's cell phone number is actually amazing.
How did he do it?
Okay. Take the age,
He
your
had
height,
he had her do like a math
your
trick,
weight,
like
your phone
I'll
number,
guess the number.
divide by 2. It's 73. It's 100. Tosses paper away.
I'm only 3 digits off.
Oh, I was
But yeah, he had her do like a series of math equations. It's one of those like, oh, do this order of operations, and I'll guess the number.
And her
So-
phone number was one of those numbers, so she wrote it down.
So our protagonist is a person who utilizes trickery in order to get romantic affections from women. Our hero,
The hero.
Because the 90s,
Oh.
you see.
Should we talk about
Tweeble.
the scene where he almost gets arrested?
oh,
That's
Oh,
episode
no.
2.
That's episode
But
2.
no, the most important part of the first episode obviously was the motorcycle obsessed lunch lady.
Oh my
God.
god.
We
Please,
spend
hey.
like
No
Hey,
purpose.
all of you leave Mrs. Starkey alone. Mrs. Starkey is love. Mrs. Starkey is life. She's like Berta before Berta was Berta. I'm almost convinced she is a young Berta.
This is proof that lunch ladies can be cool and not creepy.
Is it?
Here's the
Yes.
thing. I feel like for that time, having an old lady who's into motorcycles be portrayed on TV would be progressive.
It was, but did we need to see it for 5 minutes?
It was so amazingly unimportant in the quote-unquote grand scale of this show that they spent way too much time on
I
it.
hate
Ran.
saying it like this, but yeah, Power Rangers did it better. Ernie, he owns the juice bar. We don't need to know about his hobbies.
He has
At
a
least not in the
smoking
first
addiction.
episode. I feel like all that, if it was spread into a filler episode, would have been way better. We don't need to know about her in the first episode.
But
That
just
was good.
saying, in most episodes, we do get a Mrs. Starkey story, so that kind of happens a lot.
I'm guessing it's based off they didn't have enough footage to use or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
most of
little.
it is.
Hey, old lady, tell us a story.
In the end, it's character. It's
In
character
my
development.
day,
Tell us the story,
You know
Grandpa
what?
Raven.
In the end, it's good thinking. They're like, we're gonna develop all the characters, but that character is irrelevant, and so it's like
maybe we should
character
develop.
development, sure, but develop your protagonists more.
Plot twist: the lunch lady is the 6th Ranger.
No, she's not.
God, I hope not.
She was the gold seal.
She becomes a motorcycle.
Oh god, yeah, no, she becomes the ultimate mech for him to survive with. It is a motorcycle.
Guardians
I
on
can see them doing
motorcycles.
that.
Oh God in heaven!
Just imagine her fucking let samurais.
All right, let's talk about some of the aspects of the show. What do you guys think of the song?
The theme song?
Yeah,
It reminds me a lot of the Mega Man theme song.
It's 90s as fuck, and I
Yes.
love it.
Yeah, that guitar riff at the
Annoying
beginning.
but catchy.
So good.
I'd say.
I liked it too. I got to be honest. It had a nice Superhuman Samurai. It's what it is.
It's better than
Making
VR
a song
Troopers.
as out
Every-
the title.
But then what isn't?
Everything is better than VR.
And here's the
Troopers.
thing: I mentioned this during our live riff, but I must have been self-delusional when I watched this show in the '90s because I could have sworn on my children's lives that the
You
show
don't have children.
exactly that has ended the song when Superhuman Samurai Cyber-Squad.
From now on, you know what we're gonna say?
The
I
toy
swear on
commercials
Gar's
did that.
life.
Sorry,
The toy commercials did that.
they did.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not crazy.
No,
Yeah, you are, but that's
Oh
another
my
story.
no.
God!
A couple of the toy commercials did that.
Itchy.
Cue the toy commercial.
Crash into the digital world. Servo, look out! Megavirus monsters. Xenon, samurais with Servo to become Superhuman Samurai Synchro. Way to fry us, circuits. Servo, they're back. Drago, samurais with Servo to become Superhuman Samurai Formo. That Megavirus monster is micronized. Deluxe Servo, Deluxe Drago, and Deluxe Xenon. Samurais for your protection. Superhuman Samurai Cyber-Squad.
Itchy, you
I'm
are
actually
crazy,
putting
but
it
that's
in there.
another story.
Sorry?
You are crazy, but that's another story.
It's not
Yes,
important
We're all
right now.
crazy.
Not now.
Okay.
Not the first episode.
Okay, so theme song we got down. What do you guys think of the suit?
I like it.
I do.
It
I like
is
that as
ul-
a mouth.
It is Ultraman plus armor.
See,
I
I
like
would-
Japanese footage.
Yeah, like, see, the thing is, I can't get over the fact of how much of a ripoff it is of everything. Like, it is a ripoff of, like, it's take Ultraman and put him in a Gundam.
Well,
On that point, wasn't it made by the same guys as Ultraman?
Yes.
Was
Yeah.
Superhuman Productions?
Yeah, Superhuman Productions. They made Ultraman.
Okay.
At very least, if they were stealing from something, it was themselves.
No, like they tried to, like, again, the whole entire point of Gridman was to let's try to stay away from giant monsters. Let's go with the internet giant monsters.
Yeah,
Giant
it was-
monsters on the internet. It'll sell.
It was like a Hibiki type thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be a rider, but
Oh, I see.
You know, I loved how, and one of the people who was watching this with us brought this up because he came in a little late. He's like, is no one really bringing up how these buildings are being destroyed? To which we say, well, actually, it takes place in the internet, in an actual computer.
On the
So
phone.
absolutely no lives are at stake.
Exactly. Like, what does this matter? Like, okay, now granted, in like Toku, you know, they tend to not like actually go into how many people are in those buildings.
Oh no, the
But-
abandoned warehouse district.
Exactly.
I saw that parachute.
One of my
but
favorites
okay.
ever was, I forget which season of Rangers it was, but as a monster smashing a building, he goes, "I hate empty buildings."
Oh, yeah.
Look, I can see their parachutes. They're okay.
yeah.
Too bad it's Sunday.
Too bad it's Sunday.
Those buildings would be filled tomorrow.
Just you wait till it grows back.
We have too much
Your
time.
father was a brilliant scientist. What?
We have too much time.
We're
with
making
TVs
way
to
too
get
many
original
Dragon
films.
Ball Z references.
There can
right
never
now.
be enough.
Yeah.
My name is a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Shush.
He's right.
It is true.
Too bad it's Sunday.
I just said that.
It is a Sunday.
It is
Yeah.
Sunday.
Oh my
It
god,
is
we connected it.
What I love about Malcolm though was like
Everything?
No, well, no.
I loved everything.
I really enjoyed where like he kind of sassed Kilo Kong. He's like, "Oh, if you're so like powerful, why don't you do it yourself?" I can't for a reason. Oh, you're not so great, are you?
One of my favorite Malcolm Frank sasses is like he actually winds up telling KiloCon to shush at one point to keep it down so his mother wouldn't wake up, and KiloCon just goes, "I am KiloCon, overlord of the digital world. I do not shh."
Or no, where he just hissed at Malcolm and someone just
No, that was a Tim Curry. Yes.
So let's talk about KiloCon and
Yes.
his design.
Oh, he's cool.
AKA best Toku villain of all
That's
time.
I actually like the design.
Yeah.
I love how the instant we all saw him, we were all like, "It's a super shredder!"
It does.
It's a
He's
cyber
got,
shredder.
He's got the head like the. I like how the wires look like a mustache. Kind
Yeah.
of. The mouth was cool.
And you want
Yeah,
He
that
had, like, a
fiber
bunch
optic
of-
things for the mouth.
Yeah, he had a
I
bunch
always-
of
I
red dots
always-
that approximated
I
mouth
always
movements.
love in any Toku sort of anything when a mouth is given more than just its flat mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always said one of my favorite villains ever in any Toku was Mesagog from
Oh,
Dino
yeah.
Thunder because he had an articulated mouth.
Yeah.
This was an interesting idea. The lights, it was neat.
For him to be a villain made of the internet, I think that was a good
one of the
choice.
funniest
Yeah.
part though.
What?
He's actually the villain in Gridman.
Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, no, that's it.
It's
The footage of KiloCon was the Japanese footage of the main
Oh
villain.
yeah, they do that a lot.
On a lot of time, yeah.
But
they
no,
do
just
that.
like the
My
design
God.
of him looks so like American.
That moment where Superhuman Samurai Syber-Squad had more episodes than its original source material.
Well,
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
spend 10 minutes every episode talking about the lunch lady stuff,
No,
Gridman
but
was
no,
you
39.
can stretch anything.
Gridman was 39 episodes. Cyber-Squad was 53.
Basic,
Which means they must have reused some of that footage.
Yeah.
At some
Okay,
point.
which
Let's
They
be honest.
did.
The villain
You-
footage
you-
was always just this.
It's like, did you see like
I was-
how much reused footage there was in episode 2?
I'm honestly expecting, Tim Curry con whatever to just start going like this.
AJ, please read the name of the Gridman villain, please.
Lord, you
Oh.
fuck me.
Thanks for ruining the joke,
Wait.
and thank you for ruining the joke, Lane.
So KiloCon's Japanese counterpart is called the Dark Lord Khan Digifur.
Okay.
That nowhere.
Wow, KiloCon's better.
I am the Dark Lord Khan. Digifur.
Khan Digifa.
I gotta say, especially
That's amazing.
especially coming off of
No.
Masked Rider.
No. Oh crap. There had to have been a moment in the Japanese where someone just sat there yelling, "Khan!"
I was gonna say too, like, especially coming off of a Masked Rider, which like it was the weird realization of like that is all Digimon music. In this, which it does again predate Digimon, to just have them say "Welcome to the digital world" and like I am the emperor of the digital world, like all that.
Yeah.
It's just like digitize.
Yep.
Can you digitize me, Sid? Sure thing, Sam.
The samurais, guys.
I did love how like they're going with the whole thing of like, oh, these are teenagers. One of them is clearly in his late 20s.
Yep.
Yes.
And how old did you say the kid who played Malcolm was?
He was like 24, 25.
Jesus.
He's like 47 now.
What?
So
I will
Yeah.
destroy
He
you,
looks
Sam
fucking
Collins.
16.
For me, the creepiest.
you never crossed me, Sam.
For me,
I'm
the
just imagining the fact that one day Malcolm Frink grew up to become Hannibal Lecter, and so it's just one day Anthony Hopkins is just in his prison cell. It's just the one guy that he flips out for. It's like, Collins, curse you! I wanted that chick in high school. I'll devour you.
That's Jeremy Irons.
No, I know, but I can't do that.
So, I'm just going to bring this up, even though we didn't get this far into the show today.
Yeah.
Didn't Malcolm become a good guy by the end of
Yes,
the series?
yes.
Yeah.
At one point, he even tried to be Servo when Sam got into a coma.
wow.
He went to a coma.
He actually
Wow.
develops a bit of a conscience. Yeah,
Well, okay, well, character development is
He
fun.
develops a very. He's the most well-developed character in the show. It's why he's one of my favorite characters.
Look,
And actually, that animation we mentioned during the riff, that Gridman anime thing that they teased at a freaking
I
animation
remember reading
festival.
about that.
Yeah,
I've seen it a couple times. It's really good.
it is.
It's actually about him.
Yeah.
It's,
cool.
it's actually about Malcolm's Japanese counterpart
Cool.
Oh.
We should
and
watch
becoming
that
the new hero.
We should watch that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Even though it's like 2 minutes.
So
It's essentially a music video recapping the Japanese series plus some added footage for the end.
Yeah.
So, the name of the actual hero here is Servo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See now I grew up watching Mystery Science Theater, so I can't hear anything go Servo without expecting them to start riffing a movie. Like Tom Servo is one of my heroes. So.
Yeah. Tom Servo's amazing.
That's samurai.
And also, he kind of looks like him too. The same basic color scheme.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Send
that's
me
the
that picture.
inspiration.
For me, the creepiest thing watching this just I know it's the 90s, but CRT monitors.
Yeah, I saw
The fu-
compact computers and I was like, whoa.
The funny thing is, there's one scene where like she's doing stuff on the computer, and looking at the camera angle, you can clearly see that the monitor is turned on at an angle far away enough that she can't actually see the screen.
Yep.
Speaking of speaking of that, like even though this is a toku show, like an American toku, it was like shot and blocked like a Disney sitcom.
Yeah.
Like it had that look of it. Like it looked like what had you put it, Paul?
It kind of reminds me of that 70s show. a little
Yeah,
bit.
like it had sitcom blocking.
Yeah.
It definitely
did.
looked like it was shot in a basement.
Definitely. Like because like with like American toku like a Power Rangers or like anything Saban really, there is a lot more moving cameras happening. Like this was a lot of like place stuff.
Yeah.
All they're missing is a music video about how sad he is that he couldn't call Jennifer.
And the laugh track.
Yeah.
This looked like it was supposed to have a laugh track on it.
Like you could see the laugh track.
This show was
in
filmed live in front of a studio audience.
I wouldn't
all
doubt
those,
it.
all those pyrotechnics going on.
Just everyone has to sit through Lunch Lady Doris's motorcycle speech.
I want to see the episode in which Archie Bunker visits the school because Gloria's Gloria's children are going there too.
I want to see the episode where what's her name, the lunch lady?
Mrs. Starkey.
I want to see the episode where Mrs. Starkey, instead of talking about motorcycles, or she talks about how she and her battalion on the USS Indianapolis delivered the Hiroshima bomb, and then were surrounded by sharks in the water.
No, but she does deliver a fantastic story about the one time she was in the circus as a human cannonball.
Oh dear!
Just that story in a show based on Japanese footage.
You know what
We
the show-
delivered the bomb.
You know what this show's missing?
Wow.
Pot circle.
The pot circle, yeah, that would have been.
It's like, what do we do with KiloCon? Just they're sitting around a circle coming up with plans.
Oh my god.
Burn!
Oh my god. We need to figure out what to do about KiloCon. It's only one thing to do, guys. What the fuck are we talking about? Oh, alright, the purple samurai.
There are these
suit.
boats that run on air, man.
It's cars
I got it.
that run on water.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Wait.
Digi Shrek.
They're like, I got it. Why don't we just unplug the computer?
That's brilliant.
Not our problem anymore, bitches.
No.
And they go to an Amish village.
So if they had done that, there wouldn't have been any show.
Oh, I know. No. Here's how they defeat them. They update their Windows.
Install Norton.
Malware.
Oh, that'll make it worse.
Yeah, no.
Fight viruses with
KiloCon
viruses.
is Norton.
Go on 4chan.
Oh.
Plot twist.
Yeah, there was this one
No,
scene. Where,
download Tor.
there was this one scene where like Servo was restoring buildings, and I was like, imagine if one of the buildings on the internet he restores just says 4chan on
And then he would go and bend it over
just
himself.
kick it over himself.
Actually, on that note, I have to say that was the one aspect, because I have to admit, even the Toku side of things, like the actual Japanese footage, it wasn't that good. The fight choreography wasn't great, and like...
Except there was this one fight scene in episode 2 where Servo was dodging pretty good.
Yeah, that was
it's
great.
all right. Maybe this was just early episode itis. I don't know. But
I'm gonna teach you how
but
to
I was gonna say, like, the effects weren't great, the fighting wasn't great, but I liked the look of the internet world.
That's Subaraya for
It was neat. Like, I liked how everything kind of like it looked kind of like real world, just with like a cyberpunk edge to it all.
It was like
Yeah.
the grid from Tron.
I mean, they made really good use of those catwalks.
I loved, you could see the scaffolding, but it kind of made sense because they're in a physical computer, right?
Yeah.
There would be a roof.
Yeah.
But I love to think that's how they wrote around it. Was just like, well, no, there is no sky. We totally didn't forget to get rid of the scaffolding.
Just like they're not actually like inside a digital form, they're just physically inside the computer fighting on the
Which is
motherboard.
like you open up, what the hell?
Yeah, you just see them.
You get the cleaning spray.
That's how we defeat KiloCon.
That's how you do it.
No,
Where is KiloCon?
the digital.
I
On
guess
the
inside Malcolm's computer.
internet.
Is he inside Malcolm's
I
computer?
don't know.
I think so.
Okay, guys. Though
No, he's just Skyping.
it's implied that the tunnels that they ride through are wires.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is
No.
actually inside the tech,
Yeah.
but like they're depicting like the various like bumps and connectors on a motherboard or a circuit board as buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a tiny. They are very tiny, and they do ride along with energy sort of stuff, but at the same time, it's sort of like depicting
my
the inside of the computer's
Yeah.
city.
You know, sorry guys. You know what I love though? This was just our programming, kicking in when he first went into the digital world. All of us in unison. Here we go! Oh.
Do you know what would be really funny if someone just takes the Digimon movie and takes Diaboromon and just dubs him over with KiloCon?
It would
I
work.
am the overlord of the digital world.
I just found something. You know how like every battle is like really gigantic, but they're in the digital world, so they could be like this tiny.
Oh, probably. Like,
Again, I like to think that like in the computers these are happening in, like they're like, why are they smoking?
yeah, just like Sydney opens up the computer and just like looks inside and you just see.
All right, time to turn on the porn.
And it's just, like KiloCon is just like having one of his like villain rants. Well, Malcolm, we will destroy. Like the thing opens. What the hell's that? No, let me go.
I am KiloCon.
Tremble before me. You just pick him up by his cape. You put and, like a little kid finds him or something. And he puts him in like in one of his jars and puts holes in the top. No. I'm KiloCon.
Someone needs to speed up Tim Curry's voice and just chipmunkify it.
Oh God, yes.
Oh,
Speed.
oh my god.
Hey, I mean, I could easily do
We should
that.
talk about the side characters.
There are side
No, we
characters?
shouldn't.
No, we really shouldn't.
Let's talk about
We don't know enough.
Okay, you know what?
about him at this point.
I
do.
felt kind of bad when I realized that like the 29-year-old pretending to be a 17-year-old was dressed like me with the shirts and the two shirts.
At least
and,
you're not wearing flannel.
at least these aren't sleeveless, although they're creeping up on there.
I have to
So
say,
we do
Matt,
have our own Regent sleeveless person over there.
Hey, my shirt has sleeves.
Just my coat doesn't.
Because he cut them off.
I chose this life.
Like a tacky motherfucker.
No,
I chose
the
the
monsters
best
are
life.
cool looking.
the monsters were.
But they're always
yeah,
cool
yeah.
looking.
That's pretty
Like,
hard.
That's
It's pretty hard to
what
fuck up a
Japan
Toku
does. They
monster.
make good monster designs.
To what?
I don't know. I've seen some pretty fucking terrible Togu monsters.
Well, these
but
ones
that-
were pretty
Yeah, but
good.
that's
It does look
Toei.
like
This is
for their-
Super Raya, where monsters first, heroes later.
It does look like in this show they actually did kind of look to more kaiju movies. Than a Sentai or a Rider show. For their
Being an
The-
Ultraman production,
For
understandable.
sure. Like the first monster that looked a lot like Anguirus from Godzilla. The second one, I want to say kind of like Mogera or
Kind of.
or what's the one with the blade hands?
Oh, Gigan.
Gigan, that's
That
it.
one.
Gigan.
It kind of had a mix of those kind of feels. I don't know.
I don't know why, but there was a part in the second episode where Servo's trying to like hit the monster, and he kept like disappearing and teleporting on the other side. So I just put like a Pee Wee Herman voice to him, just over here. And also he Uchi Kitada at one point when he materializes into the computer and then he just goes Uchi Kitada and then just proceeds to destroy a building.
What I loved,
and that immediately ruined the episode for me.
Yeah.
Which means Dave will not watch this show at all.
what I loved more than anything, though, was when Buddy goes into the computer and becomes Servo for the first time. As he's about to go through the digital tubes, I don't know how they shot this. I guess it looked like they might have used an honest-to-God toy. Because this is him.
It's what Samurai does best. Modeled figures flying through the air.
There's too much starch in my suit.
And it looked like the tube he was traveling through came at him instead of him flying towards it.
To go back to what you guys said about the side characters, the sidekicks are okay. Like, we can't, I honestly can't.
Jennifer's fucking hot.
She's also like 12.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
We've reached maximum creepy factor.
Slut!
Yeah.
I mean, there is
I'm
support.
sure she's legal now. But
My
I
question
mean, hell yeah! You look at the actress who played the first Red Beetleborg. She's super hot now.
Stop calling children hot.
I'm talking about her present life version.
Wow.
What
Fucking
Science was talking about. Yeah, she gets arrested.
Yeah,
Stop objectifying women for a minute.
I just lost track on what was going on. It was like, wait, what?
that happened multiple times during the show.
Say that.
Where one of the big what the hell moments was when the Buddy put your phone away. When Buddy, what was his friend's name?
Huh?
Which one?
The boy, the one who looked like me.
The boy.
Tank. I think.
Sure, whatever. When he went into the tank. She sent him into the digital world. Like, wait, he can do that now too?
Yeah.
And he didn't seem surprised at all.
He started riding the Zord.
Yeah, he started okay. I loved when the Zord became big. They just used a stretch animation.
Yeah.
Because wow.
We need more money.
And he's clearly flying the precursor to the motherfucking Q-Rex.
And then he it was the Q-Rex. And then he connected to Servo. Where did he go?
He was
that's
still
what
in there.
Asking.
You can still see shots of him in the cockpit.
And then that's where the sound was
there
distorting.
was a cockpit somewhere.
And that mech that they formed, that mech
Could have been.
That mech combined form kind of reminded me of Go Buster Ace.
That was RX-78. I'm sorry.
No, a little too bulky for that. It's more like the Double Zeta.
Wait, speaking of the
Fair enough.
Speaking of the bulkiness, though, Servo can even attack the monster by himself. Let's just add more shit to him.
Let's make him heavier and slower.
Wow. You just described Toku.
Pretty well.
You literally just described everything they've ever done.
You just described a ninja.
Let's fuck shit stack until we can do enough damage.
2 heads are better than one.
Am I right?
There.
But then during
Now we had to.
I'm just sorry, going back again
Wait,
to
no, this Megazord literally
not.
is this literally is the ninja power-up style because it had Servo's face was covered up by the face of the thing that attached to it.
Yes.
It's like Shurikenshin.
I was gonna say though, going with our idea that this isn't an actual computer, hard drive, whatever, is he just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Just pops the top off the computer.
Just he eventually reaches capacity. I'm sorry, this file is too big.
I was actually hoping that there was an episode in the show where he comes out, Servo comes out, and he's actually in the real world. He's like,
No.
Aw, that would have been cool.
Servo body doesn't exist outside of the
We're working on a budget here, Lane.
Yeah.
Lane,
They couldn't get the suit.
Here's a twist. As they're fighting, Sam's sister comes down and starts
You mean
messing
the
around with the computer.
Oh, you mean the
voice of
unseen
Never
sister
Seen?
we'll never see ever?
Yes.
The same sister who dumped a fucking cream pie on his
Oh yeah,
face.
cream
in one
pie
scene?
all
That's
over.
Cream
the
pie all over
It
the
was
place.
a milkshake.
And also, can we never say the words "the little sister that dumped a cream pie on his face" ever again?
No,
Hey.
it was medicine.
We're making this It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The older friend literally walked over and took a taste. It was like, strawberry swirl.
How did I miss that?
I was gonna say
I was just sitting there like,
Jesus.
wow.
I was gonna say too that whole aspect, you never see this. That is like a Disney Channel sort of character, like, you know.
Well, we just don't see them.
We only ever hear that. That sounds like something from Family Channel or Nickelodeon, where all you ever hear of this is like down the garbage chutes, like sort of thing.
Oh,
you know?
just type in on
It
Google.
just has that
It's like
edge to it.
Cyber-Squad's like, what's the main character's name?
Sam.
Yeah, like Sam's sister. It just shows the garbage chute.
Must be hell inside your head.
But yeah, when we finished the rest of the episode, just the sound like got really distorted, so we couldn't hear what the hell they were saying for the rest of the episode.
But I'm
We
sure
kinda
it
just-
was important.
I'm
Sure it was
Yeah.
important.
My only regret about the sound kind of like fucking up as it did was we didn't get to hear what Malcolm was saying, because I want to hear everything Malcolm is saying.
Right?
I want to watch a show for Malcolm and his interaction with Curry, because like they're just so ooh.
It's the odd couple.
Ooh.
It's like Curry
the
walked up
Jeffersons.
to us like, it's like he's my son.
Yes, I shall call him Mini-Me.
Mini Curry.
Minimal.
Ah.
Then,
Like, because they work together, and I love it. And like you said, Paul, I loved how they just like fucking Malcolm sassed Curry. That's
lot.
not easy to do.
And survive.
Although you know, Curry does get. I love what he calls him, meat thing.
Meat thing.
Meat thing.
Can we also mention how they just casually dropped the word terrorist in the show?
This was before
I
all
know.
that business.
Also that they referenced Pink Floyd.
They did.
they thought I was a terrorist. That you're not allowed to say the T word anymore.
That's one of the actual cases.
It's another era.
This really was. I not to get on that level, but it is like just that was when you were allowed.
It was before the twins fall down.
Anyways.
Nice how you put it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, it was cool. It's a cool show.
Yeah,
Not the
yeah.
best, but it is what it is.
Probably better. Like honestly, like I gotta say, I kind of wish because like this wasn't a Disney thing, even though it had a lot of like Disney aspects to it. But I gotta say, the acting was a little better than most of these kind of shows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say right now, like the parts are kind of crap. Like the acting is crap. The costume work is all right, but it could be better. But the set design is pretty crap. The cinematography doesn't look so good neither. It looks kind of cheap. But all those crappy parts come together to form a whole that I enjoy
Indeed.
as its full portion.
Congratulations, you just sum up every single sitcom from Disney.
I like.
Who was it that said the budget usually instead of it being low budget, it was like a homeless person's budget?
I said
Yeah.
I said as I was watching this towards the end, I was like, okay, I've seen poor man's process. This is homeless man's process.
No, but Paul, you're like all this crap comes together, and I'm just like all this crap came together to form an asshole.
What I want to actually, Paul, to what you're saying, I feel like one of the things that might have held this show back was that it was based off a not too good Toku. I wonder if they had like given this a chance with a more known. Could you imagine if this had been the Americanized version of an Ultraman?
Well, here's the thing. As much as it's easy to blame the source footage, look at RPM. It is entirely possible to turn a bad show into a good show.
but let's be honest. We have to talk about time periods though.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was when
Ranger.
people
that's
didn't-
why that excuse is doable.
It is.
O-Ranger.
Well, like I said, there you
Zeo
go.
was way the fuck better.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Well, Zeo's like the pinnacle.
Yeah.
I would say,
And then conversely, they took Car Ranger and turned it into shit.
fuck you.
Immediately
Trevor.
thereafter.
I would say that this show is worth watching primarily, if not only, to hear Tim Curry be a cartoony villain.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the main draw.
The villains are the best aspect of
And
this.
if you want to trip back to your childhood, of course.
Yeah.
Because all of us were in a rockin' band and kept photos of our crush on the back of our guitars.
Yeah,
Hey,
that was
it was
weird.
only one person.
One time.
It was the 90s,
years
you
ago.
see.
It was the 90s before I existed.
Itchy, not to mention with it being 90s, everybody totally wore clothes that looks like the set of like Blossom or some other like.
Yeah.
Roseanne.
I'm pretty sure even in that time period, I never actually wore
Actually,
flannel.
No.
actually, Paul, I like how you put it. The lunch lady was like if Roseanne was in a Toku show.
Yes.
It's just like John Goodman walks in.
Oh God.
Hey, Roseanne.
The incomprehensible
Done with the
rambling
lunch.
Roseanne bar.
Just John Goodman. Let's samurais, guys!
Oh, dear.
That
Can we add that?
Damn it.
John Goodman was in Speed Racer. That's my response to that.
Fair.
Fair.
more like a nanja.
We're like ninjas. God, we're passes for ninjas these days.
Oh my god.
I love Speed Racer.
You would.
Well, we broke Cell. I think that's pretty much the show.
We are kind of running.
The
over
North
our
has
time
fallen.
Yeah, because as we
Yeah, holy
speak,
crap.
the security and SWAT team are behind those doors, ready to kill us.
Want to kill the shit.
They're surrounding us
Yup.
at this very moment.
So,
Well, we do have a captive audience.
so if
Yes.
you guys don't mind, we're
Literally.
gonna have our last
Puppet.
hurrah. We're gonna have some. We're gonna go out with some good gunfire, and it's gonna be great. We can't let
And
you
we're gonna
see
go
it
to
'cause of
Carl
the
Jr.
laws.
None left
Oh,
behind,
we're
y'all.
going to Carl's Jr.'s
Yeah.
after this?
Fuck
Carol-
yeah.
Why
Carl-
the fuck are we still here?
Carl,
All right, let's go.
All right, everyone watching, listening, thank you very much.
You.
As always, you can find us at
Suck and we hate you.
castranger.com.
May the pink protect.
Subscribe to us on iTunes. Check out our Facebook page and tweet at us at Ixie Studios.
But first, a round of applause for Paul for actually showing up.
Yay!
Yay!
For real, we'd like to thank AFKcon for having us again.
Yo.
And to all of
As
our
always,
fans.
check them out when, next year. Come check it out. It's really nice.
Bring lots
Everyone's
of
nice.
people. We need people.
Yes, that
We
was
have
nice.
girls now, see?
Hi.
Female. For now, but
More
yeah,
females.
it's great to be at AFKcon again, and we will see you next year.
Yay!
Nick.
Not you, Gar.
Oh.
Not you.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.